generations to come.
Always a good evening, and once again a big welcome to KBC Channel 1 for the Legends edition this Saturday evening. I'm Topi Lyambila, but first, the highlights.
Looking ahead, I will work with members of the summit to deliver on key priorities including enhancing peace, stability, and economic development in our region.
President William Ruto prioritizes peace and intertrade as he assumes chairmanship of the East African Community.
The constitutional and legal reforms to ensure credible elections are still pending. We are already facing, ladies and gentlemen, a constitutional crisis.
Reconstitute the electoral body, Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka tells the government. Floods render several families homeless in Kisumu following heavy rains. Good evening and welcome once again. President William Ruto, I beg your pardon. President William Ruto has been elected as the new chairman of the East African Community for the next year. He takes over from South Sudan President Salva Kiir. In his maiden speech as EAC chairman, the president outlined peace and security, intertrade, and strengthening the private sector as his key focus.
Day 2 of the 24th Summit of the Heads of State in Arusha, Tanzania. So President William Ruto selected to steer the East African Community as its chairman. The announcement was made by the immediate former EAC chairman, President Salva Kiir of South Sudan, after the decision was made by the 8 member states, including Uganda, Tanzania, Somalia, DRC, and Rwanda.
I warmly request that the support accorded to me be extended to the incoming chairperson.
And I warmly welcome and congratulate His Excellency President William Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya, for assuming the role of the chair of the summit.
After taking the helm, President William Ruto committed to advancing sustainable peace in the region.
I will work with members of the summit to deliver on key priorities including enhancing peace, stability, and economic development in our region.
Wimbo wetu Afrika Mashariki, na naomba ni kote tunasema jumuiya yetu tuilinde, tuwajibike, iimarike. Tuwajibike na iimarike. Umoja wetu ndio nguvu yetu au nguzo yetu, idumu jumuiya yetu.
He reiterated the need for good governance and political hygiene as key ingredients of regional stability. The head of state also called on the need to strengthen inter-trade and fast-track digital transformation capacities and economic growth to create jobs for the youth.
Today, a small business owner in Jinja can sell their products in Mwanza. A farmer in Kigali can access markets in Nairobi. Entrepreneurs across our region can tap into a vibrant market of approximately 300 million people.
He also urged member states to uphold the commitment to timely disbursement of statutory contributions to ensure stable financing of the regional bloc.
The success of the East African community depends on sustainable financing. The adoption of the 65% equal and 35% assessed financial formula is an important step towards equitable contribution and financial stability.
His predecessor, Salva Kiir, said the common currency agenda for the East African community should be implemented. Give us Minor Legends Edition.
Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka is decrying the lack of political goodwill by the Kenya Kwanza regime to implement the National Dialogue Committee Nadco report. Speaking at this SKM Center in Nairobi, Kalonzo accused the William Ruto-led government of delaying the reconstitution of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. As Kevin Wajir reports, the Wiper Party leader argues that the failure to reconstitute the IEBC is denying Kenyans their sovereign right to recall rogue leaders.
Barely a year after Parliament adopted the National Dialogue Committee Nadco report, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka is now questioning the government's goodwill in implementing the recommendations of the report. The report, whose implementation was suspended by the High Court, recommended policy reforms on the reconstitution of Electoral Agency IEBC, as well as intervals within which delimitation of boundaries should be done. According to Kalonzo, the implementation hurdles emerging from the courts were state-sponsored.
We now know there's even, again, state-sponsored appeal to the higher courts. The Kenya Kwanza regime is clawing back and putting the country on a dangerous trajectory. They are determined to violate the Nadco agreement and the proposed constitutional and legal instruments agreed.
In addition to recommendations on IEBC and delimitation of boundaries, the Nadco report also recommended the appointment of a panel of experts who would evaluate the 2022 electoral process and a mechanism for evaluating future elections.
The regime is already breaching the Constitution by failing to meet constitutional deadlines for boundary delimitation. We are already facing, ladies and gentlemen, a constitutional crisis.
Further, the report tackled the cost of living, implementation of two-thirds gender rule, and promoting national unity and inclusivity in public appointments. The Wiper Party committed to exerting pressure on the government to implement the report.
The Nadco agreement has not been implemented. The few concessions on the cost of living have not even been honored. The matters relating to electoral justice have not been implemented, including evaluation of the 2022 election outcomes.
The Wiper Party leader has also reiterated the need to make public the details of the cancellation of the Adani deals. Gishoki Washira, Legends Edition.
Tens of households have been displaced in Kisumu County as the raging floods continue to wreak havoc across the country. Nyando and Nyamasaria rivers broke their banks on the Friday night, submerging several homes in the flood-prone Kano Plains. Residents now want a permanent solution to the perennial floods in the region. Achola Simon reports.
As the short rains begin pounding several parts of the country, hundreds of families in the flood-prone Kano Plains in Kisumu County are staring at a disaster.
It is unfortunate that families have vacated their homes. Some are living in schools, some are living in centers.
The overflow from Nyando and Nyamasada rivers inundated several homes, leaving tens of families homeless.
It's that there is huge damage on the dike that is running up to Lake Victoria along Nyamasaria River. And that is a doable, a preventable thing. The dike area that has been damaged is about 100 meters. And having assessed it, I still think and believe that with proper gabion, which is running up to about 150, that will be able to stop that.
The administration led by the Kisumu County Deputy Commissioner directed the locals to seek refuge in higher grounds as the government explores both short and long-term measures to address the floods.
I want to appeal to everyone. I know insecurity is a challenge here when you leave your houses, but let us be careful also when we see a lot of rain, a lot of water, let us move to safer grounds. You better lose your property, but remain with your life.
The residents also worried about an outbreak of waterborne diseases, as most toilets, especially in the villages and the sprawling Nyalenda slums, have been submerged. They also appealed for humanitarian aid.
The government gave us food items, which we are going to give to our people. We have blankets that we are going to give to people at the center. We also have other cooking items. We have beans, we have maize through the DCC, and that food is available.
The weatherman has warned of slightly above normal rains in parts of Lake Basin and Western region as the short rain season kicks in. Achola Simon, Legis Edition, Kisumu County.
We now take a short break and we still come back with the Legends Edition this Saturday evening. Don't go away.
Have a complaint, or is something just not adding up with your pension scheme? It's easy to file a complaint directly with the Retirement Benefits Authority, and it's absolutely free. Just visit www.complaints.rba.go.ke and follow the prompts to file your complaint. RBA will acknowledge your complaint within 7 working days. Your complaint will be reviewed and addressed within 30 working days. Your time and peace of mind are important, and anyone dissatisfied with a decision of RBA can appeal to the Independent Retirement Benefits Appeals Tribunal. RBA is here to listen and resolve your complaint promptly, because your retirement should be stress-free. For more information, visit our website www.rba.go.ke, call our toll-free line 0800-720-300 or email info@rba.go.ke. Secure your future. Secure your peace of mind. RBA, safeguarding your retirement benefits.
Hey bro, nipatie hiyo risiti ya items. Wazi wazi.
Cheki, mimi sina ado hizo nafikiri.
Excuse, niletee risiti yangu ya items. Asante.
Ni pesa ngapi?
3,000. Hebu nisaidie na ile receipt ya items.
Nimeshinda mil. I'm the latest millionaire. Marry me, baby.
Yes! Guys, nimeshinda laptop. Nimeshinda TV 50 inches.
Nice na Receipt Legit promotion kutoka KRA. Download Receipt Legit app, scan QR code kwenye receipt yako, ujishindie zawadi kem kila wiki. Kuna grand prize ya milioni 3 kwa washindi 3 milioni kila mmoja.
Star 570 hash. Option 1 kuna PS5 na ni full package na inakuja na JBL Party Box. Your boom experience pia iko.
The Kenya Medical Training College, KMTC, is delighted to announce its 93rd graduation ceremony scheduled for Thursday, December 5th, 2024 at the Moi International Sports Center, Kasarani, Nairobi from 8 a.m. Graduates are reminded to pay a non-refundable graduation fee of 4,000 shillings using the payment details provided on the screen. Graduation gowns can be collected at the college headquarters, and the graduation booklet is available for download on the KMTC website. For more details on the graduation, training programs, intakes and application procedures, visit www.kmtc.ac.ke. KMTC, training for better health.
Importance of keeping our children engaged in holistic activities that can positively affect their mental state, their physical state, and even their spiritual state.
I'm a forest facilitator. I train kids in the forest during holidays.
Able to identify individual needs, and same case to the teens. So our classes have ages. The pre-teens is from 9 to 13, the teens 14 to 17.
The more we release the children into the nature, they're able to grow into, responsible adults.
We are not ready to teach them. Then the world is so willing and ready to teach them. And the sad thing is that they are likely to learn the wrong things.
Thank you for staying with us on the Legends edition on KBC Channel 1 this Saturday evening. Now, the government is urging middle-class Kenyans to remain patient as the government undertakes tax reforms aimed at improving their financial situation. The reforms, according to Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi, include paying the suppliers and improving the pay slips for the working class to ease financial pressures and enhance disposable income of Kenyans. Let's take a listen.
Treasury Cabinet Secretary John Mbadi was in Suba South Sub-County of Homa Bay County attending an event to support needy students. He took the opportunity to reiterate the government's commitment to undertake tax reforms that will improve the financial status of middle-class Kenyans, who he said continue to bear the burden of taxation.
The problem now is with the middle class. Because of taxation, because of other issues, the middle class feel they don't have money in their pocket. That is the work that Mbadi is now given the responsibility and task to make sure that we improve the pay slip and make it better.
Mbadi also wants Kenyans to support the government's efforts in addressing economic challenges.
It is not something to condemn the president about. It is something to look for solutions for. If we can't pay our suppliers and contractors, we must look for ways of paying them so that there is money in the economy. There is liquidity in the economy. That is the assignment I have been given, and I will execute it and discharge it with good heart.
His remarks come at a time when there is a growing public concern over the rising cost of living and increased calls for greater fiscal accountability in the government. Tilio Marco for Legends Edition.
Energy Principal Secretary Alex Wajir has been rated as the top-performing Principal Secretary in the country. The survey that was conducted by Polytrack Africa across all the 47 counties between the 18th and the 25th of November 2024 highlighted Wajir's efforts in engaging members of parliament in discussions regarding the acceleration of electrification programs in their respective counties. He was followed closely by Elijah Mwangi, the Principal Secretary of Mining and PS, Geoffrey Kaituko, State Department for Shipping and Maritime Affairs. Other top-performing Principal Secretaries who ranked highly include the Principal Secretary of Public Health and Professional Standards, Mary Muthoni. Principal Secretary of Roads, Joseph Mbogwa, PS Raymond Omolo of the State Department of Interior and National Administration, and the Principal Secretary for Investment Promotion, Abubakar Hassan, among others.
The survey that was conducted by Polytrack Africa across all 47 counties between the 18th and 25th of November 2024 highlighted Energy Principal Secretary Alex Washira's efforts in engaging members of parliament in discussions regarding the acceleration of electrification programs in their respective counties. He was followed closely by Elijah Mwangi, the Principal Secretary for Mining, and PS Geoffrey Kaituko, State Department for Shipping and Maritime Affairs. Other top-performing Principal Secretaries who ranked highly include the Principal Secretary for Public Health and Professional Standards Mary Muthoni, Principal Secretary for Roads Joseph Mbugwa, PS Raymond Omolo of the State Department of Interior and National Administration, and the Principal Secretary for Investment Promotion Abubakar Hassan, among others. For Legends Edition, I'm Christine Matunda.
The Kenya Revenue Authority, in collaboration with the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation KBC, has today concluded the campaign in the northern and eastern region with a rallying call, Jinais na receipt legit. The campaign made stops at key towns and trading centers including Timau, Makutano, Kianjai, Kangeta, and Maua. The campaign educates businesses and residents on the importance of requesting ETR receipts during transactions, fostering transparency and accountability in tax collection. The campaign offers an exciting lottery, giving participants a chance to win cash and other prizes. The grand draw is scheduled for the 15th of December next week. The campaign will head to Homa Bay, Kisii, and Kisumu counties next.
From a career standpoint is to drive up compliance, because as our slogan says, tulipe ushuru tujitegemee. But at the same time, it's beneficial for both the buyer and the seller, so that when you buy something, you get to know that it's actually a legitimate item. The agenda is for people to just have a receipt asking culture, so especially now that you're going to the festive season. When you go and buy something at the supermarket, for those who are going to service their cars, whatever it is that you're going to buy, you're always given a receipt. So it's just to make sure that you always ask for that receipt, so that once you've made your purchase, you scan your receipt, and then you earn a point and you get to win various prizes.
Kakamega County Government has passed a law to address sexual and gender-based violence, SGBV, following the numerous cases reported across the country. Details on this and other stories in our county news briefs. Take a listen.
In a speech read on his behalf by his deputy, Ayub Savula, Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza said the legislation aims to deter sexual and gender-based violence, protect vulnerable groups, and establish systems to respond to cases effectively.
The passage of this law, however, is only the first step in addressing sexual and gender-based violence in our communities. For the law to truly have an impact, it must be fully implemented, and this is where all of us as a community must come in.
Meanwhile, Kilifi County Government will integrate gender-based violence counsellors in the mental health section in a bid to curb GBV in the county.
Nataka tukuwe na more counselors kwa mashinani ili shida ikija ya jamii waweze kusuluhisha, wapate mawaidha, wazungumziwe, wamalize mambo kuliko vile mara nyingi wale ambao wanapatwa na hili janga wakiulizwa wanasema unapata ni communication breakdown, ama watu kujifinyilia kutoongea, mtu anakuwa na shida na anakosa kuzungumza.
In a related development, a group of women in Laikipia, led by Laikipia North Member of Parliament Sarah Korere, are seeking solutions to challenges facing families and the youth, curb their manifestation in gender-based violence and femicide.
Tumejiunga kama kina mama kujiuliza ni wapi tumekosea,
ni nini tunaweza fanya ili tuweze kusaidia vizazi vyetu, ili tuweze kusaidia watoto wetu.
Kusalimia wananchi wa Kikuyu.
Elsewhere, the Ministry of Health has initiated a public awareness campaign on the new Social Health Insurance Fund to boost membership registration. Speaking in Kikuyu, Health Cabinet Secretary Deborah Baraza urged Kenyans to register in order to enjoy the benefits.
Sasa vile tunasema tusisikie vitu ambayo watu wanasema, wenyewe tujisajili na tuone vile tutaendelea mbele. Ujione hiyo huduma vile iko na utaona mambo yanaendelea mbele.
On agriculture, Bungoma has opened an aggregation center in Mount Elgon sub-county to boost agribusiness and enhance farmers' skills and income.
The goal is to be able to ensure that farmers and producers within this area are able to benefit from economies of scale, are able to aggregate their produce to be able to drive higher incomes, but also really drive more efforts and foster more better incomes as well as sustainable livelihoods within their work.
Meanwhile, the demand for electric buses among SACCOs in Kenya is straining supply, even with the local assembling of such eco-friendly locomotives.
The product is driving a lot of demand, but the supply still isn't able to match what the industry is asking for. So as Basigo, what we have done to be able to match that demand is we're doing local assembly. It gets us to produce more buses faster. It gets us to be able to meet the customers' demands faster.
Finally, Kenyans have been cautioned against consuming bushmeat as the festive season that is characterized by lots of meat eating sets in. This follows concerns by pastoralists in Narok and Kajiado counties over increasing theft of donkeys.
Kama hatutatemu hii menace ya kuiba punda na kuchinja, punda naweza isha hii. Tulihamasisha wazee hapa na wakaaji ya kwamba hii uchinjaji ya punda manake si kimila ya Maasai kukula punda. So wakasema watasupport na kweli tumeanza kuona matunda.
Ungependa kuwa mshindi na Lucky Box? Ni rahisi sana.
Bonyeza *463# uwe mshindi.
Kuwa mshindi, bonyeza *463# uwe mshindi.
Kuchagua box ni kuchagua chapa.
Kumbuka, kila unapocheza Lucky Box unasaidia watoto kusoma.
Mamlaka ya ukusanyaji ushuru nchini inakuletea kampeni ya umma ya G-Nice na Risiti Legit. Thibitisha risiti yako ukitumia app ya Risiti Legit, upate nafasi ya kuibuka mshindi wa zawadi kemkem kama vile shilingi milioni 1 pesa taslim, laptops, televisheni ya inchi 50, smartphones na zawadi zingine. Alhamisi tarehe 28, kutana nasi mjini Embu, Runyenjes, Siakago, Manyata, Kiritiri Market na Mbere. Kutana na msafara wetu wa Meru, maeneo ya Chuka, Nkubu na Meru Town tarehe 29 Ijumaa. Tarehe 30 siku ya Jumamosi tutaanzia Meru Town, Nchiru, Kianjai, Mutwate na Maua Town. Pata app ya Risiti Legit kwa Google Play Store au App Store kwa maelezo ya kuingia katika mashindano ya Risiti Legit. G-Nice na Risiti Legit. KRA, tulipe ushuru tujitegemee.
It was more than 200 malnutrition cases in Ajao Health Center and its outreach sites that were there during the drought times.
People will be wondering what the plumpy nut is all about and what nutritional value does it have, that now it becomes an intervention.
When you have droughts, we also have disease outbreaks.
Make sure to join us this Sunday at 6:30 p.m. on Health and Lifestyle, only on KBC Channel 1.
In our second part of Wajir special report, Marie Yambo spent time with the dedicated community health promoter Ali Adan Ahmed, who works tirelessly to ensure no child is left behind in receiving vital vaccinations and medical care. With limited healthcare access, he shares challenges involved in treating defaulting children who have missed the immunization schedules and reconnecting them with an outreach program. Let's take a listen.
Wajir County in northeastern Kenya, the vast arid landscapes is home to 780,000 nomadic communities, according to the 2019 population and housing census. Their lives revolve in ensuring their animals have water and pasture. Faria and her family settled here just days ago.
We left because there is no rain. We came here since it rained and there is pasture.
Because of the nomadic way of life, they often move far from static health facilities. Faria's youngest son once missed out on immunization for 6 months.
6 months ago, my son missed on immunization, but now this organization has brought the vaccines. We live in the forest, so nobody remembers vaccination.
They rely mostly on community health promoters for health services.
We have to walk very fast since we have no money for transport. If it was not for Save the Children, my child would be sick.
Ali is among 1,197 CHPs in Wajir County. He says the situation in his area of Duguma was troubling, reporting up to 10 children a month with zero vaccination.
Zero dose isipokuwa inapunguza sasa. Mara ya kwanza tulikuwa tunaanza hii kazi per month tulikuwa tunapata 10 hivi. Ilikuwa nyingi sana watu wa msituni. Lakini sasa kidogo tumeelimisha watu, tumeingia kichakani, so kidogo sasa imejileta. Mara ya kwanza ilikuwa na shida. Watoto wanapata mara ya kwanza wanaingia defaulter. Mwezi iliyoisha mimi mwenyewe nilipata watoto 7. Nikatransfer. Na sasa wamepata chanjo. Within this year nilipata karibu 64. Kwa sababu hata msituni hawachanji watoto. Mara ya kuzaa tu peke yake.
Despite challenges of traditional beliefs about vaccines, his mission is clear: to ensure each child in this nomadic community is vaccinated.
So challenges ni means ya kwenda huko, kutoa mtoto kutoka msituni kupeleka huko. Ya pili ni kuelimisha yule mwanamke haujui importance za immunization. So ukifahamisha, ukimtafutia means ni rahisi kuleta sasa. Sasa zingine hata tunachukua bag na dawa kidogo. Waone hiyo dawa, wanatutrust kama sisi ni madaktari ya community health promoters. So challenge sahi watu kidogo inapunguzika kidogo, lakini mbeleni tulikuwa na shida mingi sana.
The community health promoters are the link between the community and health services. After the community health promoters identify the cases in the community, this is where they are referred to. It's an outreach program that deals not only with immunization cases, but all manner of health issues. This team of health officers, led by Musa Herowala, the nurse in charge at the Ajawa Health Center in Busicha, in the north of Wajir, runs this outreach program every 2 weeks.
And being a site that has no any facility, we have a problem that most of the children come when they are 1 month or 2 months for the BCG itself. There are a lot of diseases that are attached to communities, like measles breakout that happens most of the times. To get a lot of those things, we do defaulter tracing and make sure that all children get fully immunized.
A job the CHPs play a pivotal role.
We have the CHPs, the community health promoters, that help us identify those children that are born. In order to avoid defaulting, they attach it to the facility and help us identify those children so that they can get the immunization on time.
The outreach camp has shortened the journey for most of these mothers who had to travel 13 kilometers to the nearest health center. A mother of 4, Halima, is grateful for this initiative. She's brought her youngest child for vaccination.
The child is 2 months. I have brought him for vaccination. The outreach has helped us.
Back in Duguma village, Faria reflects on the health benefits of immunization.
We no longer have diseases like diarrhea. My son is now okay. He got vaccinated.
Adam's journey is far from over. His dedication is to ensure that nomadic families like Faria's are not forgotten in the fight for a healthier future. His ask for the national and county government is,
so ningeomba serikali kwanza ongeze elimu ya CHPs ili wapeleke kwa nearest place kwa watu ambao wanahitajika.
Maria Ambo reporting for KBC Channel 1.
Ni sahi ishafika na ni kubwa kubwa. Kweli? Hii Kristi ni bomba na Blue Santa kupitia star 570 hash option 1. Rudia. Star 570 hash option 1. Iko PlayStation 5 na 55 inch TV na iko 500,000 Kenyan shillings.
Nambuzi moja?
Nambuzi. 1 million Kenyan shillings na Samsung S24 Ultra.
Nambuzi moja?
Iko 2 million Kenyan shillings na iPhone 16 Pro Max.
Nambuzi mbili.
Blue Santa amekuja na zawadi kibao. Nani kubwa hapa kuna ndogo ndogo. Hapa Christmas ni bomba.
Say bye-bye to FOMO, the fear of missing out, by downloading the KBC Online app that gives you access to everything you love. Get the latest news, sports,
It's a class.
music, entertainment news, live radio, and so much more at the palm of your hands. To get the app, simply search KBC Mobile Digital App in your Google Play or App Store and download the app. Catch what you want, anytime, anywhere. Stay connected. Stay ahead with KBC Mobile Digital App.
Out with the news, and now is the sports segment, where the National Rugby Sevens team Shujaa missed out on a quarter-final place on their return to the HSBC 7 Series in Dubai after they lost their final group match to Australia, who beat them 31-14. Shujaa had caused quite a scare against the reigning champions France in their opening match when they took the game to extra time, but eventually lost it 24-19. They bounced back against South Africa, whom they beat 22-17 in their second match before they lost to Australia to finish fourth in Group A. France and South Africa advanced to the quarterfinals from the group where they will meet Fiji and New Zealand respectively in thrilling encounters. Australia progressed to the last 8 for a meeting with Argentina as one of the best third-placed teams, while Great Britain will play Spain. Kenya will play Ireland tomorrow in the 9th place semi-final.
Kenya lead by 2 points now. Oh man, how about this kid? He's got a bright future in the game out of Foy. He's 19 years old.
Now from athletics, world 10,000-meter silver medalist Daniel Simiyu Ebenyo was the toast of the 4th Athletics Kenya cross-country weekend meeting in Bomet, where he won the men's 10-kilometer race as Viola Chepngeno triumphed in the senior women's race. Let's take a look.
But to me, in my mind and my heart, I still have unfinished business in track. Because I missed the Olympics, because I fell down and I was in the top shape of my life. And if I went to the Olympics, I promise you I could have come with a medal.
Nilitrain mzuri, nilifocus mazoezi.
FKF defending champions Gor Mahia registered their second consecutive win in this week when they beat Mara Sugar 2-0 in today's Premier League match after overcoming Kakamega Homeboys by the same margin midweek. Bandari also beat Nairobi City Stars 2-0 in another match as league leaders KCB and Bidco played to a goalless draw. Let's take a look.
Tulianza hizi game knockouts, tulianzia kule Makadara, tulikuwa tunacheza na team, so tumekuwa tukiproceed kila game, tumekuwa tukichukulia serious kwa sababu imekuwa ni knockout. Ni platform poa ya kufanya pia vijana wanaonekana wanaweza cheza level next, ama hata kama ni Premier League pia kama tuko na vijana wazuri pia wanaweza cheza hiyo top level kwa saizi. So Sakaja ningependa kusema governor na try sana, na hatujaona wengi wakifanya vitu kama hizi zenye Sakaja anafanya kwa saizi.
I think the game was really fair. It was a game of two halves. The opponents were really worthy. They were very, I'd say, they have the experience. We lack the experience because we have young boys. But I want to congratulate my boys because they were very aggressive on the ball. They were so courageous, they were so brave, and they took the chances.
On netball, the Kenya netball team intensified their training today at the Ulinzi Sports Complex here in Nairobi ahead of the African Cup tournament scheduled from the 8th to the 19th of December in Namibia. Meanwhile, more than 50 coaches and umpires across the country took part in a 7-day training seminar here in Nairobi. Let's take a look.
The Kenya netball team has been in high spirits during the training, hoping for a good outing in the Africa Cup tournament in Namibia, according to the Kenya Netball Federation President Immaculate Kavutha.
This championship is going to create some impact, a big impact, because we are going there to win. Yeah, we expect to beat, out of the 10 countries we expect to beat all of them.
The Kenyan team is ranked 26th on the standings and will need to win their 10 international games to qualify for the World Championships late next year. The team will jet out of the country on 7th of December to take part in the tournament.
In the Singapore event, which took place 2 months ago, we have 2 of our players who have been selected to go and play in their national league next year, February.
Immaculate Kavutha also revealed that they are expecting a wooden floor next year that was donated by the World Netball Federation in South Africa to aid them in their training ahead of the international assignments.
Next week, the contractor will be going to South Africa, and the floor will be coming to our country. It's a donation for the country, and the floor can be used for different games like basketball. The service can also be used for tennis.
Meanwhile, more than 100 coaches and umpires across the country took part in the 7-day seminar training here in Nairobi. The coaches who were certified are now eligible to train players in the country.
Kwa hivyo msiwe selfish ati kwa sababu niko kwa game. I've been here 5-6 years. I'm very good. I don't want anybody to come and take my position. That is not sportsmanship. And that is not being a leader. So we want to see you identify talent in whatever county you're coming from. Identify talent. Let's see netball being played everywhere.
For Legends Edition Sports, I'm Daniel Mwendo.
From hockey, Kenyatta University men's hockey team secured a narrow 3-2 win over University of Nairobi men's team in an entertaining Premier League match played at the USIU grounds here in Nairobi. Jarun Kwalpa gave UN an early lead in the 16th minute before Nicholas Mukaiti leveled the score in the 26th minute. Jarun added another to make it 2-1 at halftime, but Noah Chirchir ensured the third for Kenyatta University, which sealed their victory. Hilary Bukasa tried to reduce the deficit with the second goal for UN, but it was too late. In another match at USIU, Men beat Kenya Police 1-0, while USIU ladies failed to find the back of the net against MSC ladies to settle for a goalless draw. The league continues tomorrow with several matches on the card. From volleyball, the Kenya Defence Forces volleyball team finished second in the Africa Military Games in men's volleyball tournament in Abuja as Algeria took the gold and Ghana the bronze medal. Back at home, the Kenya Volleyball Federation's second men's league continued at the Nyayo Stadium with the KPA getting a straight win against APK, whom they beat in straight sets of 25-13, 25-21 and 25-20. Equity, on the other hand, came from a set down to beat Western Prisons 3-1. GSU beat Kapu in straight sets of 27-25, 25-20 and 25-18 before Kapu bounced back to beat NYS by straight sets. Prisons Kenya beat Prisons Nairobi 3-1 as Kenya Army beat Mount Kenya's base Yetu by straight sets of 25-15, 25-15 and 25-19. KFS fought hard before they overcame Prisons Rift Valley 3-2 in another match. From handball, Equity men's handball team are new joint points holders with leaders NCPB and Ulinzi in the standings after a 40-21 defeat of Thika saw them add their tally to 18 at the Kaloleni grounds here in Nairobi. Daystar University leapfrogged Hunters to take the 5th position in the standings after they overcame Hammers 34-30 in another match as NYS ran riot over JKUAT, whom they beat 21-2. Strathmore beat Young City 26-13 to climb up the ladder with 12 points, same as 5th place Hunters. In the women's matches, NYS sealed a double for their team when they beat JKUAT 36-11, climbed to 4th in the standings. Kids Beyond Limit beat Desert Scorpions at 29-18 to take the 8th position with 6 points, trying with Daystar and Kenyatta Universities in the Amazon. From the golfing rounds, Sarah Nyareru was crowned the overall winner of this year's NCBA Golf Series after topping the series finale held at the Muthaiga Golf Club. Playing off handicap 12, the current country club golfer returned 37 Stapleford points to clinch the victory. John Mburu won the men's division 1 category despite a stiff challenge from Henry Kamau, who finished second. Mburu collected 35 Stapleford points. Emma Pennington won the corresponding category. Among the ladies, over 230 golfers took part in the series finale, which culminated after a series of 34 rounds in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda. Let's take a look. Now, in the rugby series, just a correction, Kenya has not qualified for the quarterfinals rounds. Apologies for that. And now we take a short break before we come back with the rest of the stories.
Je, ungependa kuwa mshindi na Lucky Box? Ni rahisi sana.
Bonyeza
star 463 hash uwe mshindi.
Na Tungo vile Talanta wanakutana hapa Mwangaza. Mwangaza Mwangaza.
Maisha huwa milima, ni milima na mabonde.
Matumizi ya simu yamekuwa na athari kubwa zaidi ambazo ni hasi kuliko faida. Je, ni kweli?
Zimechangia kudanganyifua mtihani hasa katika shule za msingi, upili na vyuo vikuu tangu simu hizi zingie humu nchini.
Kila mtu anaweza kuwa mshindi. Bonyeza star 463 hash uwe mshindi. Kuchagua box ni kuchagua chapa.
Kumbuka, kila unapocheza Lucky Box unasaidia watoto kusoma.
Thanks for staying with us. We resume the sports segment with basketball, where Nairobi City Thunder will be out to maintain their perfect run when they play Brave Hearts in the final Group A match of the ongoing Road to Bal Elite 16 East Division matches tomorrow at the Nyayo National Gymnasium. Mr. Keduku.
The Kenya Basketball Men's Premier League champions have won their two opening matches, emphatically rode home by an ecstatic crowd. The Bradley Ebbs-led side saw off South Africa's MBB by 102 to 59 baskets before they defeated Close Starts 104 to 71 baskets in their second match. Thunder are already through to the semi-finals, while Creole is placed second and will fight for the other slot with the MBB and Brave Hearts, who face off tomorrow in the other Pool A match.
From athletics, the 2024 World Athletes of the Year and Rising Stars will be known tomorrow during the World Athletics Awards in Monaco. The World Women's Marathon record holder Ruth Chepngetich is the only Kenyan finalist for the Out of our Stadium Athlete of the Year award, where she hopes to beat her only competitor and Olympic women's marathon record holder Shifan Hassan of the Netherlands.
Ruth Chepngetich was outstanding this year, where she gave it all to set a new women's world marathon record in the Chicago Marathon, where she clocked 2 hours, 09 minutes and 56 seconds to become the first woman to break the 2 hours and 10 minutes mark. This had been her dream all along after taking to the road races despite stints in the 5,000 meters, 10,000 meters and cross country.
This is the world record. He has come back to Kenya. I'm so happy.
She won the Istanbul Marathon in 2017 before she set a course record of 2 hours, 18 minutes and 35 seconds in 2018. She also triumphed in Dubai in 2019 before she won the World Athletics Marathon in Doha, Qatar in 2 hours, 32 minutes and 43 seconds ahead of Rose Chelim of Bahrain and Helalia Johannes of Namibia.
She surges towards the line. The first gold medal of these 2019 IAAF World Championships goes to Kenya. Ruth Chepngetich takes gold in the women's marathon.
Chepngetich also graced the Olympics in Tokyo the following year, but did not finish the race. But at least she managed to finish third in a world major marathon, the London Marathon.
Nothing there. Sarah Hall is going to take second place from absolutely nowhere. What a run from Sarah Hall in the closing stages. And look at the clock, just on 2 hours 22. The world champion takes third place.
The Chicago Marathon became a regular after she stalled the show in 2021 in 2 hours, 22 minutes and 31 seconds before repeating the same feat in 2022 in 2 hours, 14 minutes and 18 seconds.
Win. What we didn't know as to what kind of time she would get. There's the ribbon. There's our winner. And we need to know as to whether she has a new world record or not here.
She settled for the silver in 2023 behind Stefan Hassan of the Netherlands, who won in a course record of 2 hours, 13 minutes and 44 seconds to set a new women's marathon record. But Ruth Chepngetich, who won the Nagoya Women's Marathon in Japan, went on to better that record in October this year, where she reclaimed the title in 2 hours, 09 minutes and 56 seconds. These earned her nomination in the World Athletics Awards, where she will battle it out in the out-of-stadium awards with Stefan Hassan, who has been on a roll this year in the Olympics, where she won the women's marathon in an Olympic record of 2 hours, 22 minutes and 55 seconds after she settled for bronze in the 10,000 meters and 5,000 meter races, which were won by Kenya's Beatrice Chebet, a feat which has never been achieved before by any female athlete. The 2024 World Athletics Awards winners will be revealed tomorrow, with other finalists being Olympic men's marathon record holder Tamira Tola of Ethiopia, 20-kilometer race walking champion Brian Pintado of Ecuador in the men's out-of-stadium awards, sprinters Leslie Tebogo of Botswana, Jacob Ingebrigtsen of Norway, Julian Alfred of St. Lucia, Hadla Sydney McLaurin Levron, who starred in the Paralympic Games at track events, and field athletes Mondo Duplantis, who improved the pole vault record 3 times in 2024, and the long jump champion Miltiadis Tetonglo of Greece.
The Nation Media Group FC are the champions of the 7th edition of the Standard Chartered Cup futsal tournament after they beat Deloitte a 1-0 in the finals of at St. Mary's grounds here in Nairobi. The KBC crew was on hand to file the following report.
Nation Media Group reached the finals after navigating a competitive Group H, which included Kenya Airways B, C4 Mobility B, Radio Africa, and Wananchi Group A. They beat Batuka 2-0 in the semi-finals to set up a final place against Deloitte, whom they overcame by a solitary goal to take the trophy. Nation Media Group also scooped an individual awards, with Brian Mwasia being named the best goalkeeper, while Radio Africa Group Alex Amudavi won the Golden Boot after emerging as the top scorer with 8 goals. The event drew over 1,000 football enthusiasts, including Liverpool's legends Jason McAtee. The 7 players of the Nation FC have earned an all-expensive paid trip to Anfield, the iconic home of Liverpool FC.
Now over to the international scene. The Spanish league leaders Barcelona were disappointed at home when they were beaten 2-1 by struggling La Palma in today's La Liga matches to stretch their losing streak in the league to 3 matches. La Palma took the lead through Sandro Ramirez in the 49th minute before Rafinha equalized for the Catalans in the 61st minute. However, 6 minutes later, Fabio Silva restored the lead to the disappointment of the Spanish giants, France, who had expected to cap their 125th anniversary celebrations in style. The Spanish La Liga matches continue tonight with Espanyol at home to Celta Vigo, while Atletico Madrid will be away to Real Valladolid. Real Madrid will host Getafe tomorrow, hoping for a win in order to cut Barcelona's lead to a point. Some of the action.
Good first touch from Sandro. Hits the shot well, and what a moment for Sandro! Rafinha turns into space. Let's fly! What a goal! Well, goal of the season. Rafinha's name is going to be written all over it this season as far as whistles from the Olympic Stadium as Las Palmas try to keep possession. Fabio Silva's got away here. Can he finish? Can he get a shot away? He can! Las Palmas have taken the lead again. Fabio Silva.
And that is a wrap. That's all we had for you on the Legends edition this Saturday evening. Hoping that you'll be with us again next weekend. And remember that throughout the week, KBC Channel 1 with all the news and all the sporting events will be with you. So stay with KBC Channel 1. I'm Topi Lyambila saying it's a wrap and goodbye for now. But remember that we're Bridge over Congo coming up straight after this with Kibangu Fumu, Marie-Jose and DJ Sally. Be with us. Good evening.
Star 570 hash. Option 1 kuna PS5 na ni full package na inakuja na JBL Party Box. Hiyo boom experience pia iko.
In the name of Jesus Christ, Mungu anatarajia ukanyange hatua mbele. Wengine wametawaliwa na uchawi, wakati wao umefika. Wewe umenitazama siku ya leo. Neema na kibali cha Bwana kikawe juu ya maisha yako.
My name is DJ D, and on the ones and twos is
DJ Leo.
We bring you the best of African entertainment.
From Afrobeat to Amapiano.
Daddy, me I want to party.
Genge to bongo.
Rusha mikono kama unaona uko tipsy. Rusha mikono kama maisha iko fiti.
And Zouk to Kwaito.
Put me for party. And not only that, anything juicy in the entertainment industry, we give it to you. Catch us every Sunday from 2:30 to 4 p.m.
Only on KBC Channel 1.
Na Tungo vile talanta wanakutana hapa Mwangaza. Mwangaza Mwangaza.
Kudade inadudeda inaganamo nambanala.
Maisha huwa milima, ni milima na mabonde.
Matumizi ya simu yamekuwa na athari kubwa zaidi ambazo ni hasi kuliko faida. Je, ni kweli?
Zimechangia kudanganyifua mtihani hasa katika shule za msingi, upili na vyuo vikuu tangu simu hizi zingie humu nchini.
Zimewezesha na kufanya ulimwengu kote kukua kama kijiji kimoja.
Nazo nyimbo mbalimbali.
Aina za nyimbo ya kwanza ni kama kuna nyimbo za bembelezi.
Kuna nyimbo ya mapenzi. Ambapo kila mtu anapata nafasi ya kutoa hisia yake kwa mwenzake.
Hey, you are going to me making it. Hey, you are going to me, man.
bongo